Hey my Yannanators, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, hey. If you're returning, hey girl. So, I don't like my hair. I did it. I got this inspiration from my cousin for where she gets her box braids. I did a little DIY on myself. No, I did not record this video. If you want to see it recorded, let me know down in the description box. I mean, in the comments, okay? Thank you, but it's giving what it needs to give. I need to do something with my hair. It's pretty long. It's like past my boobs, you know, period. So in today's video, I wanted to come on here and, you know, have a little conversation. These are my prescription glasses, guys. These are blue light glasses. I got these from Target. They were $3, but they look pretty rude on your girl. So in today's video, I just want to have a little chit chat with y'all. I hope my camera setting looks a little different. I'm still filming off my phone, but I got dropped a gem on a YouTube video I watched. The girl was recording for a long time. I'm gonna put y'all on. She's recording in 4K. Yes, I know, I'm late. I was recording in 720. What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We're past that now. We're progressing, and I just want to go in here and say thank you so much for you guys supporting my channel. I really appreciate all the new people that have subscribed and taken the time out to subscribe to my channel. I still have Instagram and a Facebook. Just currently right now I have chosen to take a social media break. I'm still watching YouTube and uploading videos, of course, but to kind of dilate whatever. I've chosen to decrease my screen time. So I have, for right now, just deleted Instagram and Facebook off of my phone, but it will be coming back eventually. I just need some time to like be in the real world, get my mind together. There's a lot that's been going on, guys. I'll give you a life update later. But in today's video, we're gonna have a chit chat. Now, I just wanna give a disclaimer. This is for fun conversation. This is not to piss anybody off. I mean, if you get offended, baby, that's on you, because yeah. This is just to have a conversation. It's like an open discussion, trigger warning, because you can be triggered. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna try not to rant. I have some key points here, so if you see me looking over, that's why. Before I get into this video, I do wanna give a disclaimer. So the topic, before I give the disclaimer, the topic is preferences versus society acceptance, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit on what I mean. And this is conversation, so in the comments you can give your perspective. In the comments you can let me know if you agree or disagree, give points why, don't give points, just say yes or no. Friendly, respectful. Anyone that is disrespectful, I would delete your comment and block you. Okay, all right. So like I said, the title of this video is preferences versus society acceptance. A disclaimer I want to put out here: self-love is the biggest factor. Okay, so don't take what you feel resonates with you from this video, but just keep in mind, like, if your mental's not good, if your self-love within you is not good, this is not going to really reflect towards you in the best light. So make sure you have the best self-love possible. And I don't mean just on the outside physical appearance or materialistic things. I mean mentally, I mean emotionally. Like, y'all, if only I knew. When I do a life update, you'll know all the tea. But make sure you're taking care of your mental first. Make sure you're keeping you number one and healthy and positive before anything that we're going to discuss in this video, okay? All right, and I'm also not a professional. I don't have a degree in none of this stuff, so don't mind my hands. I have nail polish over my hands. I was doing a nail set, so yeah. All right, okay. So like I said, this is an open discussion. Please be respectful. If anyone is not respectful, I will delete and block you. So here's some questions you guys can answer down below. I also put them in the description box just in case you guys forget as the video goes. So the first question, like I said, the title is preferences versus society acceptance. First question is, when you date, are you dating for a purpose? Okay. Next question is, what do you consider dating? And does your dating preference keep you in a certain niche or selection of people or persons? Do you feel like your dating preference is realistic or pretentious? And before you answer those questions, I'll give you the definition of dating. I'm sure we all know, but I'll just, highlight it. Dating is going on dates, actively getting actively getting out there and meeting people and spending time with them. Okay? Now, also, before I go into my whole spiel, my whole rant, there's nothing wrong with liking what you like. That is your preference. You are entitled to your preference, obviously. But I'm just saying, it's open discussion, guys. So there's other opinions and other points, okay? Okay. So for example, like for myself, I'm noticing like I said, life update coming soon. I'm noticing like, I'll put myself an example. I am a plus size single mother. That's not all I am, but those are two big factors pertaining to me, I guess, if you look at me. But a lot of times I feel like, especially in today's dating atmosphere, or quite some time, the beauty standard, especially based off of social media, is very not targeted to my area. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not an Insta baddie, if you're not super fit, it ain't it. So like for myself, it's like I get kind of stigmatized a little bit, because I feel like some people are so like one-sided a little bit that they don't really take the time out to know what a person could be about. So like I said, myself, I'm a plus size woman and I'm also a single mother. People may look at me and say, oh, she doesn't work out, she doesn't eat right, she's overweight, she's obese, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, you don't know what I do in the daily. Just because you don't see me broadcast it on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok doesn't mean I'm not doing it. And everybody has to get out of this thinking that if I don't have a six-pack, I'm unhealthy. Just saying. And not saying if you are plus size, you are the most healthiest, because that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. But we need to like kind of kill that stigma a little bit, because obviously genetics has a big interference with that. Your thyroid, that can cause excessive weight gain or weight loss. So it's like, educate yourself before you just speculate. And I've always been thicker my entire life. I wasn't always obese, no, but I was always thicker, just naturally. Being a single mother, I'm not a single mom, and I feel like this is a really, really bad stigma too. I didn't plan my life out to be a single mother. I didn't want to be a baby mama. I didn't want to be a single mom. Like, I was in a 4-year relationship, Exhibit A, my son. I was in a 4-year relationship. We were in a committed relationship. We were engaged. We were planning to do all these things together. And we both came to the understanding that not only were we both unhappy, whether both parties wanted it or not, we were unhappy, and it was a toxic situation or environment. You get what I'm saying? So everything has a little bit of a backstory. So before you categorize something, and we're all guilty of it, I do too, trust me, I know what I'm saying. But before you do it, just maybe get a little bit more information first before going based off of just what you see. So that's something to keep in mind. As we go, some more questions. What do you feel is good to ask, and how real can you get? So I feel like when you're dating, like, I'm trying to learn how to take the sexting, talking sexual, getting actually physical, kids. Like, I feel like we need to kind of get back into the times of like courting, going on dates, doing fun things. Like, I don't have hobbies other than like my YouTube channel and stuff, but it's like, it'd be cool to hang out with a guy, go out to eat, but then like he likes to go rock climbing, or he likes to go, I don't know, paintballing or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of I don't do much, I just be chilling. What? Everybody chilling. I don't want to keep chilling. Like, I mean, obviously we're in a pandemic, so be careful, use caution, but like, people don't want to travel as much, people don't want to do different things, and just because I'm a single mother doesn't mean like you can't fit these things in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be different if like the opportunity is brought to you, then you can either say yes or object. That's what I mean. And let's get into it, because we're all adults in this room, okay? If we're quick to talk about, let's have sex, let's hook up, let's do this, we need to stop being childish and petty, and let's have that STD talk, okay? I'm not saying you have to go down the whole life story of what you had or have not had, but when I say let's get tested, it's a thing, okay? I don't understand what this, and maybe it's just the guys I've ran into in my lifespan, but everyone gets on edge. And FYI, just because you say you went the last 6 months, baby, don't mean you went the last 6 months, okay? That's when they tell you when to go. Every 6 months if you're sexually active. But for real, if you're being sexually active like that, you need to be going every 2, maybe 1 to 2, even if you're using protection. Protection is okay. We can use protection. That's a good thing. We should keep that. All right. And yeah, STD talk should be perfectly fine. When you get an STDs checkup, you should get everything.
Like the lesson I be charged with, oh my god, she's talking about STDs.
Oh my god, blah, blah. If you're having sex, if you're being out here in this world, moving with the ways of the world, okay, all right. We need to stop being petty when it comes to that. And then also, like, life plans and goals. Like, what do you see yourself? Do you see marriage? Do you see kids? Do you not see this? Do you just see travel? Do you see just being you and that person for longevity? Do you not believe in marriage? There's all these different things. Like, we need to have these conversations so we're not stuck. Because it's like, I feel like with my child, with my last relationship, which was with my child's father, I feel like I didn't ask a lot of questions. So I feel like I kind of got bogarted when we didn't sync up. Not saying he's a bad guy. He's a good guy for the reasons that he's good. I'm a good woman for the reasons why I'm good. We just didn't mesh. But we love our son equally. But I feel like if there's more conversation, you guys can kind of really pinpoint if it's going to go anywhere. So like if you go on a couple dates and you're like, okay, you guys are having so much fun, going bowling, ice skating, blah, 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 walking on the beach, eating ice cream, it's a vibe, connection, funny, chemistry, all that. But then you guys get to this roadblock of like, okay, I do want marriage. I don't believe in marriage. I do want kids. I can't have kids, or I don't want kids. You know, like when you have this conversation, I'm not saying it's all got to be on the first date, y'all, like be practical. But I feel like we need to do better. I don't think that's the right term. We need to get better at communicating verbally and intentionally, and not just assuming people know or can decipher what we're talking about. Sorry if this is all ranted and all over, but this is straight off the dome, okay? Some beliefs. Are you spiritual Christian? Do you believe in that? Do you just go with the wind? Like, you know, things of that sort. That's something we really have to have conversations with, because if you are not Christian, or if you don't believe in God, or if you're more spiritual, or if you just do like a flick of the quarter and see how life goes, that's something that needs to be heavily expressed. Interests, hobbies, and fun. So, what do you do for fun? No, I don't just feel like sitting in a crib smoking weed. It's just fun. I mean, it has its perks, but that can't be the only thing you like to do. Even like me, I like drinking, but like going out socially and drinking, but I'm not just gonna drink every single day to have fun. You know what I mean? Like, we could go bowling, we can go for a walk, we can go for a hike, we can rent bikes, we can rent, what is them little things? I just see them segways. Like, we could do all these different things, but it's like, it'd be nice if you had interest in it as well. So like, what do you do for fun? Would you consider fun? Do you think reading a book is fun? We could be in a book group, you know what I'm saying? If it's a good book, I'll try to read it. My attention span's a little short, but I'll try. Education. Now this may ruffle some feathers, and I'm not here to do that, but if the shoe fit, wear it and go outside and go for a walk. Okay, I'm just, you know, spitballing, you know, straight. All right, so education. Did you extend your education? Period, sis. I only went to high school. I went to school all the way up into high school. I tried college, didn't like it, stopped going. Then got in a relationship, had a baby, didn't go back, still haven't gone back, but I do plan on getting some type of education. Did you extend your education? Do you feel like if you have a bachelor's or a master's or a doctorate or associates or a PhD, do you feel like you have subconsciously counted out the people that did not extend their education when it comes to dating? I'm just let y'all think about that question. I'll read it again. Do you subconsciously count out people that didn't extend their education when dating? I feel like some people low-key do. I'm not gonna hold you. Maybe not intentionally, maybe just because it's like a standard of theirs, like, hey, I want my partner to also have had an education or pursued a furthered education. Now, I will say as a disclaimer to that, or a rebuttal if you will, I have experienced meeting people in my life that has furthered their educations and they're still making the same amount of money I'm making, who have not, or they're making less, or they're not even in their field in which they got their degree. That's not shitting on anyone that has furthered their education. I'm just saying, like, don't be so, like, I'm not saying don't act too good, because you're entitled to do whatever you want to do in your life. But or don't lower your standards to unnecessary territories if that's not what you want to do, obviously. But just kind of be humble in your life choices. I feel like when you kind of act too good sometimes, or you act like you're like a god kind of in a sense, like you lose like vanity almost. Like if you become too vain, it's not really attractive, and it's not very like, like, it's not really like welcoming. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with furthering your education, but there's also nothing wrong with, you don't know who your spouse could be. Your spouse could have a GED. Your spouse could have no education but became an entrepreneur. And you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't count out people based off of their stats sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep that in mind. For my single mothers and single fathers out there, how's dating for you guys? Like, for me, is it easy or hard for y'all? Like, what do you guys feel? What are you feeling? How do you decipher people's intentions? You know what I'm saying? Because even when you're not a parent, it's hard to decipher people's intentions. Let's just be honest. You can't tell people are good or bad. And when do y'all feel like y'all can introduce y'all person or potential person to your children? I feel like this. Like, I feel like if it's steady, like if it's not a hookup, not a fling, not a situation, not a, you know what I'm saying, a little late night rendezvous. I feel like it is important. Not every person though, unless your front door is like a revolving door. But like, if it starts to get serious, like you're interested in this person, you're vibing with this person, you feel a connection with this person, I can see that. But if it's just like we just hooking up, it's when, like, whenever I feel like being bothered, I hit you up, then leave it at that. Because you don't want too many energies and too many people around your child. Then I get your child confused, I feel like, and this ain't no bakery. You just can't get the buns nice and hot whenever you want, okay? And when are you ready to date? For me, it's been about, I think I want to say, a year and a half since I was in my last relationship. And I can honestly say, before I think I could get into a real life committed relationship, there's some things I feel like I have to work on internally for me. Because it's like, when you go through something and you feel like this was supposed to be it, this was supposed to be your person, you guys made so many plans, and then life does happen, obviously, and it's things you don't account for, but it's like, dang, these things didn't happen. And then it's kind of like, how do you trust again that what someone says will hold weight? You know what I mean? When, people can say, oh, I'm not that person, or I'm gonna never do that to you, but people change just like water. Shit, I change my mind all the time. I'm a Gemini. I change my mind all the time, and I'm me, and I really change my mind all the time. I'm indecisive. This week you'll see this hair, next week you'll see this. You know what I'm saying? In 2 weeks or a month, you might see me with no hair. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be up and down, okay? And we pretty much talked about STD talks. Get tested, people. It's not that. It ain't giving what it's supposed to give. Get checked. We need to get checked. Okay. You won't be out here in these streets. Even if you're not out here in these streets, get checked. Okay. Dating and hooking up in the area in which you live. This one is going to strike a few nerves, but if it does, sorry. When you live in the same area that you went to school, let's just say, so I graduated in 2013. I live in the same general area, the same city, same state, okay? 9 times out of 10, even if you only mess with one person out of high school, if you mess with another person out of high school, they probably know that person. We really gotta kind of like, I'm not saying like if you know she a hoochie or hoe. I mean, I really don't give a fuck about that. As long as you clean, as long as you clean, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you. I mean, that's what it's giving for me, because you never know who's meant to be somebody's person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you live in the same area that you grew up in pretty much your whole life, but 9 times out of 10, your first kiss might have been someone you was in 5th grade with. Or, your first whatever might have been somebody you was in 7th grade with. Like, after a while, it's kind of like, not grow up, but kind of like grow up. Because unless you moved out of the state or you're no longer affiliated with that area, it's kind of hard to say you'll never cross paths again. You know what I mean? I feel like as long as it's not like a current, like a relative, and it wasn't recent, I feel like it's fine. But that could be me. I don't know. Some people feel like it's okay to mess with like best friends' exes. I don't really agree with that. There's something like, I wouldn't be with someone that was like with my cousin or with my sister or like my aunt or anything like that. And that's just too weird. Or my best friend. Like, I just feel like certain things like that, it just gets a little bit cringy and a little bit like, what are we doing? But that's just me, And, would you date outside your race? Let's just talk about it. I think there's nothing wrong with dating outside your race. If it fits, let it fit. Like, for me, I feel like when a big controversial thing I seen is when Serena Williams, I think, got married to her husband. So many black men were frustrated and irate and mad. But this is the same one y'all said she looks like a man. She's too bulky. She's not soft enough. Here's my thing. I don't care if you are a fucking duck or a whale. If you have tunnel vision and you can hone in on what you want, and you come with the attributes and the necessities to sustain that, what's the problem? And seems content. She seems happy. I mean, I don't really know her like that. I just go based off of social media. When I was on there, they had a little beautiful baby girl. Like, I feel like if it's not hurting anyone, then what's the problem? If they ain't for the cause, if they ain't pro-black, if they secretly closet racist or like really don't like you as an African American, then that's a bigger problem. Okay, but I feel like if it's genuine love and it's genuine acceptance and passion, there's nothing wrong with it. Here's my thing. This life is too short for people to be around wishy-washy. And I've been there. I've done it still to this day. But it's like, don't go against the grain of what you desire. If a certain person is what you desire, or a certain type of person or being is what you desire, don't stop until you get that. Now, be practical. I feel like be realistic, not even just within materialistic things, but within your own self. What do you give to this person that would be beneficial, or why would you be acceptable to getting that person? Are you equipped right now in this day and time to be perceptive to getting a husband or a wife? Do you hold those attributes, and are you able to conduct that type of bond or relationship? And I want to talk about also, because I know this is kind of all over the place, but this was like my thoughts and stuff. Another thing, and then another thing. So the first thing is submissive. Being submissive to your person. I feel like there's nothing wrong with being submissive to a partner as long as it is reciprocated. And I don't mean like not letting a man lead and you try. No, I'm not saying that. I want us to be here, okay? I don't want my man to be here and me back here, and I don't want to be up here and my man back here. So I want us to be on the same page of the same chapter all the time. So when it comes down to me and my husband having conversations, we come to an agreement, even if we agree to disagree. When it comes down to reprimanding the children or getting the children together, I don't want it to be your mom said. I want it to be we said, or I was told by your mother that this occurred, so our decision was. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to keep being like a side thing. And vice versa for me as the woman. Me and your father said. We both said. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like it should be more of like a team type of concept, like an equal kind of concept. The one is ahead. Now, in a situation where it seems like it will be more beneficial I don't want to say for your husband, the man to have the upper hand. I feel like a man's energy and a man's presence should always be felt. When you walk into a room, or when you come into a house with a woman, with a wife and a husband, you should feel that presence. Or even a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You should feel that presence. Or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, because, you know, LGBTQ plus people, yep. You should feel the presence of that dominant role, whichever one that would be. But I feel like there should be a common ground for that. I don't feel like one should be above other, but that's just my opinion. Obviously that can change. I'm always open to change and insight and understanding, all that good shit. This is the last topic. Last topic. And this is where the title comes from. Preferences versus society standards, okay? I feel like a lot of times, some of this video is so winded, but if you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe, because we're gonna have some more of these trigger videos. All right. Do y'all feel like social media plays a role in who you date? Here's my thought, and I feel like me and my best friend have had these conversations. I feel like a lot of times, especially in guys' friendships, probably in girls too, but in guys' relationships, I feel like if their bros is not like, man, she the one, she a baddie, she a vibe, they're not interested. Call me petty, it's fine, but that's just what I feel like. I feel like if it's not something the whole group collectively could see as like a, not like a, not like a competition, but kind of like a my minute. Like, that's right. That's it. But it's not based off of mentally or her mental state a lot of times. It's solely a lot of times based off of the physical features. And look at today's society. Like music industry, like we had Safari, Erica Mena. We have Cardi B, Offset. And the list goes on and on. And it's just like, there's nothing wrong with these women or these men necessarily. But I feel like we have to really take the time out to connect with a person. And if we don't connect with them, it is okay to say, thank you for your time. I appreciated what we got to experience, but this doesn't connect with me, or this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm gonna go. Respectfully. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like now it's really just hard to date, because it's just like, for me, it's annoying because it's like, before even getting to know a person, before a person will even get to know me, they already have their mindset. And that's fine. If that's how you want to go through life, cool. But keep in mind, sometimes our plans fail. I'm gonna let that sink in. I repeat. Sometimes our plans fail or don't go as planned. So that should apply to everything in your life. Everything. Not just job, not just a dream, not just money, not just a career, not just relationship. That should apply to everything. Literally everything. You can have a dream or a goal, you can set it, you can have a rock solid plan. Something can happen where that plan doesn't happen. Or say you hurt yourself and you're out of commission for a while because you have to heal. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like what I'm looking for, especially with dating, so I just turned 26, Gemini gang, you know, June 9th, bro. I feel like what I'm learning and what I'm being more open and realizing is that I desire partnership, I desire communication, I desire happiness, straight up happiness. Like, I'm kind of coming out of because I was one of the people who's like, oh, the next time I get with, he gonna have a 6-pack, he gonna be real fit, he gonna be looking like daddy scent. Like, but it's like, I don't want to sound so shallow kind of anymore. Like, I'm not going to throw all my type or preference or expectations to the wind, though. Do I want the man to be good looking? You know, period. Sure do. But it's like, I'm going to be more open and not just like, oh, I definitely have to be with an African American male, or I definitely have to be with a white man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not so hone in on just one category. I want a partner that is willing to stand the test of time. You know what I'm saying? I want a partner that when shit gets rocky or chaotic, he doesn't crumble under pressure, or he can come up with a plan and communicate and articulate that in a healthy manner. And when it comes to emotions, that's why I'm so blessed that I'm raising a son, because that generational curse of not sharing your emotions and being able to talk through them, we're not doing that. Or it revolving or reverting into anger. You're going to know how to talk. You're going to know how to articulate. And if I can't get through you, and if whatever you believe in can't get through you, you go to a professional. This is why we have therapists and counselors and psychiatrists. We're not going to keep bottling in all this trauma. We're not doing that. And, you know, I think that's something we really have to stop doing, especially in the Black community, everywhere, honestly, but for sure in the Black community. Everything can't keep being swept under the rug. We can't keep letting, you know, that family uncle that come around that we know ain't really nobody's uncle, but he just be popping up and he be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it's like, everyone, you don't have to go by nothing I said in this video. This is just my perspective. This is just my opinion, my rant, my few points. I feel like I said, my next relationship will have substance. I want it to be a partnership. I want there to be communication. Like I said, there's things I have to work on and I have to get better at, and I have to really fix and mature about, which I know. But it's just like, it's really important. Like, we got to get better. And I get so tired of being scared. Like, me and Nate was out for my birthday, and I seen this fine. When I say fine, he was fine. I seen this fine brother at this place, and I was so scared to talk to him. And let me tell you something. I am building my confidence back up. Like I said, my son's 4. I had a baby young. You know what I'm saying? As you're going into the early ages of your 20s, that's shifting. Became a mom young. World turned upside down because I was just like, yo, this ain't it. This is not healthy. This is not prosperous. We are going to fail. So then it's just like, dang, it's like, how do I get back out here in the dating world? Then it's just like, this isn't hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not me being a teenager, having a little boo thing, a little situation, a little fuck buddy. It ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want genuine, like, shoot, like, you know, especially during a pandemic, you don't realize how, like, lonely it could get and how you could be doing life by yourself. Like, I was in my home, like, if I get sick, you know what I'm saying, God forbid, if I get sick, who's going to take care of my son? You know what I'm saying? Or dang, if something happens to me, or if something, you know, if I get sick, who would help me with my son? Or who would help get him from school? Like, who would watch him? You know what I'm saying? If I had a partner, you know what I mean? Like, little things like, oh, who's going to help me do this work? Just tidy up in the house when I don't feel like it. You know, oh, it'd be nice to have somebody cook me dinner. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I'm not saying like, oh, having a relationship is the only thing that can bring you joy, but you start to like look at these things as time goes on. So I'm just saying, and also people that got fat fetishes, don't hit me up, because I got that too. I feel like there's something going on in some areas of the world or in communities where, baby, like, had one dude talk to me. He asked me how much I weighed. But after you just said I was beautiful, after you just said you love how I dress, like, don't get cringy. Like, don't get cringy. Don't do that, because that's weird. That's strange. For real. Don't do that. I don't like that. No. So I just feel like, don't be scared to step out of your comfort zone when it comes to dating. Dating apps, I've had my ups and my downs. A lot of them are just hookups. Like, people are just trying to fuck. And I can honestly say I just don't have a desire in that at the current moment. Like, hooking up. Casually hooking up, I don't really got time for that. Like, I physically don't have the time for that. Like, I don't have time. Like, most of the time I'm with my son, so, you know, but like, in like, to do something activity wise fun, you would make time for that. Hooking up, I don't really have the time, or do I want the soul tie for that? So I probably won't be doing that anytime soon. No, probably not. But like, I don't know, y'all. If anything, I hope y'all got something out of this video. I hope it wasn't too crazy and all over the place. Hopefully we can get some nice, friendly conversation going on in the comments. Be respectful, or you will get blocked and deleted. And let me know if y'all like this type of video, because even if not, I'm probably still gonna make them. But it would be good to know if y'all like this. So like I said, again, the title was Preferences versus Society Acceptance. Do you feel like society always plays a part? Because at one minute, it was just thin women. Then it was only Asian women or Caucasian women being exotic enough. Now it's like, yeah, it's black women, but it's a certain genre, certain part of black women. And then there's a certain body type. And I don't want anyone to come on here thinking like I'm a hater. Look, be slim, thick, get your BBL, get your tummy tuck, your liposuction, all that, girl. Do what you gotta do, queen, to feel the best you, period. But I'm saying, like, don't think because a person is plus size, they're insecure. And don't think because a person is fit, they have confidence. So just let that sink in. Like, when it comes to dating, there's no rule book. Obviously, do what applies to you and what resonates for you in your life. You know, you can date only people that has PhDs and has no desire to ever have kids and only wants the finer things in life. That's fine. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes when things aren't working out or a certain direction isn't working, maybe come back, recalibrate, try something different. You know? So, if y'all made it this far in this lovely TED Talk, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a great time talking with you guys. Like, it feels like we bonded and connected. And if you guys love this hair, make sure you thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.